sports. An exciting game on the way. Along with Grant Hill, Brent Barry, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, and we're thrilled to have a WNBA champion with us tonight, Candace Parker. Hey, Candace.
How you doing, Brian? I'm thrilled to be here with this all-star crew.
It's so great to have you. And we got a quick moment to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's not a great trend for him. Not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. Maybe it's his effort. Who knows? But that's something that needs to change.
And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. They've got Klay Thompson, R.J. Barrett out there with Otto Porter. Then it's Kemba Walker. And it's Robinson in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Lakers, the big three for this team all out there. Westbrook the point, LeBron and AD sliding in at the forward spots. Dwight Howard out there with Josh Richardson. Well, Candace, every NBA fan has their own opinion of Russell Westbrook. But player to player, you have to be a fan of his passion. He brings it each and every night.
He brings it each and every night. And there were questions at the beginning of his career if he was going to be able to sustain that level of passion. NBA, he has on a nightly basis. He attacks the rim like he did his rookie season.
Let's face it, you can't do what he does every night if it's not authentic. You can't fake that kind of effort.
I'm telling you, passion is a skill.
An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile 1 block.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
And the Knicks with the possession here. Thompson passes to Porter. Davis with the defensive effort. Porter with the steal. From the baseline. With the tip. It's good on the putback.
And coming out swinging and hitting the game's first bucket.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Now, here's James. A reliable go-to guy for them. He's averaging around 26 and a half a game.
You expect LeBron to drop dimes like this. His vision on the court is exceptional.
Walker finds Thompson. The 3, Barrett. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
And that one's good. Candace, you'd be hard-pressed to find a player who's transformed as many teams as LeBron James. Entire franchises have changed overnight when he's come to town.
Yes, and that's the impact that LeBron James has had on basketball in general. I mean, on the court, yes, but even off the court, if you think of what he's accomplished. This is a guy that you want to be your teammate. This is a guy that obviously has etched his name as one of the greats in NBA basketball.
And the first player to earn $1 billion in his career.
And that's a lot of money, BA.
A lot. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. From the arc. Kept alive. Here's Davis. Uses the glass on the layup.
Very few can do it like AD, using his physical gifts to grab second chance points.
The 3 from Thompson. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Westbrook outside. Outside Davis. Westbrook right side. Lets it fly from 18. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That's on Kemba Walker.
Just how fierce a competitor Russell Westbrook is. He just lays it all out there on the line every single night.
And he can't get the first one. It's so wonderful to see the growth of the WNBA, engaging new fans and sponsors. Candace, how does the league continue that ascent, you think?
I think the WNBA has to continue to do things different. We are a different game than the NBA, and we can't always use the NBA's blueprint as ours. So I think we need to continue to push that and, you know, open up more doors for ourselves.
Good point. Walker against Westbrook. Walker passes to Robinson. Howard grabs the miss.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Richardson, that's good.
Nice job by Richardson getting to the inside. High percentage play to the basket.
Now a timeout called by New York. Last time they met was in New York.
And in the last meeting, they were the better defensive team. They were the disruptors, causing turnovers all over the place.
It was definitely that defense that carried them to that huge win that night. You have to figure they'll be primed to wreak even more havoc here in this one.
Now here's Walker, coming off a 16-point game against Memphis.
And his court vision was sensational as well. He was making all the right decisions.
It feels like Mitchell Robinson doesn't even have to jump sometimes to dunk, but man, a little showmanship from the big fella.
And we've got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it. The PA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Candace, I know you're a fan of the tall guard and how they play. Who are some of your favorite current and all-time big guards?
You know, I think I always tease in this era, you know, I think KG would have been rebounding and bringing the ball up more. I think he was made and built for this era, so I'm going to include him in the tall guards category. But, you know, honestly, I think you look at guys like Kevin Durant. I know he's listed as a small forward, but anybody that rebounds the ball, brings it up. You look at Giannis and how he continues to facilitate and make others better. So I think it's going to be a change of what the definition of guard means.
And he lobs it up, and the lob disrupted. Not to be. To the paint. Lays it in off the pretty lob.
Now, great court awareness. Westbrook sizing up the D and doing a good job of locating the open man.
Thompson passes to Porter. James against Barrett. On the wing, Thompson. 4 on the clock. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Stolen by Davis. On the break. From 8 feet. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Their frenetic defense has been impressive, putting ball handlers on the defensive and turning them over as well.
They've also racked up a ton of points off of turnovers so far in tonight's game.
And the Knicks making a change here. Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Hart comes in for Barrett. Quickly is checked in for Klay Thompson. And Rose is subbed in for Walker.
One of the best players in the game. When Davis is healthy, he's an absolute force on both ends of the floor.
Quickly outside. 1:16 left to play in the first. They get it again. Gibson. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Yeah, I'm sure the scouting report had something like put a body on Taj Gibson. That time the defense did not.
Next foul, Taj Gibson. At the line for Los Angeles, Kendrick.
And he drops it first. Both shots good from the stripe.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Pass to Porter. Kicks it to Quickly. For 3. And the three-pointer goes.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
It's Anthony on the take. Shoots over Hart. Shot is up. No good off the glass. New York trailing. Quickly passes to Hart. Out to the wing. Rose outside. Three-pointer. And it's Jordan with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've got 7 of 11 shots to find the mark. Anthony, the pass to Nunn. It's rebounded by New York. Pass to Gibson. Rose with it. Fires for 3. And out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. 8 seconds left in the first quarter here. Here's Rondo. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. The Lakers on top, up 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Well, a lot of confidence for the former league MVP, Derrick Rose, and plenty of experience when it comes to winning games.
We know what we have to do, and we know when we get out there that it's one goal, and that's to go out there and win the game by any means. We know that we play well together. We just got to come out aggressive.
Grant, it's great to see Rose still contributing after all these years.
Oh, and some stars, they can't adjust to a changing role like he has. But give Rose credit for adapting and remaining effective in this league.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. Guys, what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Well, you have to look at the advantage they have in the turnover department. I mean, that's a huge advantage for them in this game.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover, because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable, just crippling defense.
DeAndre Jordan is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. That's the Laker 5. And it's tied up with that one. Well, Candace, one area where the WNBA has dominated the NBA, free throw percentage.
Yes, you know, I think that it definitely comes down to our bigs being able to stretch the floor. I don't know whether that has anything to do with playing overseas, but practice a lot of free throws during our career.
Now here's Nunn. Unloads from 13. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Newsflash, fouling Davis to try and stop him usually doesn't work. A career 80% shooter from the line.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for New York?
They definitely had a hot hand from three-point range to this point. Always nice to start out like that.
Another part of the game tonight where they've been effective is to get points in the paint.
LeBron, he's checked in for the Lakers. Back to Nunn. Puts up a 3. Second chance effort. Hart pulls it in. The Knicks with the lead. Pass to Gibson. Now quickly. Hart from long range. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by James. And Candace, we've seen a lot of rules changed in basketball recently. What do you think's made the most difference?
I think the biggest difference, especially within the NBA and the WNBA, is the defensive 3 seconds. You know, and it really speeds up the game. It's important to be able to, you know, continue to stretch the defense. And you can't set your big in the lane. They have to come out. So I think that's made the biggest change in what we're seeing the game being played as today.
Here's quickly. The shot is good, and the assist by Rose. Quickly's got his second basket on the night. For Los Angeles, they've got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far in the second. Here's James. The shot no good. New York goes the other way with it. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
And that was a great win for them. Nobody liked their chances coming into the game, but when they got to OT, they put the hammer down.
But once they could taste that upset, they weren't going to let this one slip away. Ferocious in that overtime period.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. When speaking about LeBron James, Commissioner Adam Silver said he's certainly one of the league's hardest workers, which has as much to do with the success of his career as anything else. Also, off the court, it's incredible what he's done. He is a marvel in so many ways, but it all comes back to his focus and his dedication.
Thanks, Allie. Russell Westbrook, he's checked in for Rondo. A big group substitution here for New York. Robinson, he's checked in for Porter Jr. Barrett comes in for Hart. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Quickly. And it's Kemba Walker in for Rose.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is. Now here's Westbrook. Not a good performance from him in that loss to the Clippers.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Well, people talk about the particular challenges of being a WNBA player. Travel comes up a lot, Candace. How much of those conditions improved since you came into the league?
Well, B.A., are we talking about traveling? Because they allow the NBA to travel. Or are we talking about traveling on an airplane? I'm a little confused.
You know, we're talking about travel from one city to the next.
Okay, I mean, it could be better. But, you know, the NBA in the 80s, early 90s, they flew commercial. It's a part of it. We got to continue to grow our game, and hopefully at some point we'll be able to get those private PJs.
The three. And it's Jordan with the rebound.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first two shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
And that one's long.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Outside Walker. Here's the three. Rebound, the Lakers. They couldn't put the pieces together last time out, losing to the Clippers.
Yeah, we know that on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
Well, it can affect your confidence, not just as the player shooting, but the entire team. So defenses might get a little bit more aggressive, and then you got to think about the next free throw.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. And the Lakers call time here. Some changes now for the Lakers. Howard's checked in for Jordan. Davis comes in for Anthony. And Richardson subbed in for LeBron. Knicks on D. Howard finds Richardson. Stripped away. Thompson with it. Richardson picks him up. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on Anthony Davis.
It felt like RJ did a great job there of just baiting the defense in order to get the contact.
And he makes the first.
Barrett, just one of those guys who you can see the competitive drive that he has. He's a hungry player. He's young, and there's no doubt he's going to get better.
And Barrett drops them both.
I love it. In attack mode, drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
Down low. Here's Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
That's the way to put your vertical to good use. Dwight Howard on the jam.
To the inside. Here's Barrett. Got a piece of it. Ooh, poked away. And stolen by Barrett. Pass to Thompson. Right side, Robinson. There's the three. And it's Thompson that time on the assist from Robinson. Thompson's got 11 points.
Well, looking to shoot immediately off the pass, and I don't think he even felt the leather that time.
Well, Candace, always great to get your take on things. Great to have you on the broadcast tonight.
It's an honor and privilege to sit next to you guys. Thanks so much for having me, Brian.
Barrett can't hit. The Lakers trail. Davis from long range. And they recover it. Westbrook, the pass to Howard. Robinson with the block.
Well, the ferociousness that Robinson can have around the rim is impressive.
Thompson fires from way outside. And Russell Westbrook pulls it down. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from three-point land here in the second quarter. Davis finds Howard. 41 seconds left to play in the half. Walker on the double team. And there's a 3-second violation. Rondo, he's checked in for none. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Porter Jr., he's checked in for Gibson. Hart comes in for Barrett. Quickly is checked in for Thompson. And Rose is subbed in for Walker. Rose, the pass to Porter. Shoots over Davis. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Lakers shooting only 31% in the second quarter of this one. The score now all even. Richardson's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Well, Josh Richardson, a 3-and-D guy, and that 3 comes first, so he's going to let it rip.
Lakers foul. Dwight Howard. At the line for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson.
That free throw no good.
It didn't take long for a lot of people to take notice just how dominant a defensive player Mitchell Robinson was going to be in this league.
And the foul called on Emmanuel quickly. That's his first foul of the game.
He didn't have his feet planted.
7 seconds left in the first half. The shot by Howard no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players react. He says, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks. I'm here with Coach Frank Vogel. And, Coach, a very competitive game. You can feel the intensity out there, can't you?
There's great energy in this building. Both teams are competing at a high level, got a lot of firepower. We got off to a good start. Started putting it to the free throw line too much, and then they got back in the game.
Can't wait for the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. And trying as they might, they couldn't push their lead past 4 points. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
We have to love the second quarter. I mean, the effort they displayed, they're doing much more than giving the starters a break. We're seeing real intensity from them, particularly on the offensive end.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
They need to get away from the rebound. Shoot them if they're open, but if not, you like to see them work for a better shot. It hasn't been there for them tonight. They're just forcing the issue right now.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. One of the stories here, Klay Thompson. Man, is he getting it done today.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Well, you look at offensive basketball nowadays, Brent. Less isolation play than in years past. You think that's good, or do you miss some of the gamesmanship?
Well, I think the ISO play is still one of the better plays in the game if you have an elite player. I mean, he's not making decisions with the ball. He's trying to shake one defender loose and get a shot to the rim. And a lot of guys who dig into